Got your wounded here again, the 42, he's off on the left. Clear. Got a roll in here. Go ahead, go ahead. All clear, all clear. Yellow's out, yellow's out.
All right, pit road opens. We will pit. We'll put on 4 tires and fuel. Okay, there's going to be a couple cars to pit here. Wait for pit road to be open, then we will pit.
Can you change an upper control arm in the fucking lap?
No, we can finish 38th again, or we can try to stay on the lead lap, get 20th out of it.
Still closed this time, still closed.
Would it help you to take off if I didn't fill full of fuel, just added nose weight, or would that hurt it?
Get yourself a fucking helmet on, come over the wall, and look at the fucking right front. It's fucked, dude. It doesn't fucking matter.
Listen here, bud. We worked too hard to give up with 3 laps to go.
Oh, right. I gave up fucking trying too hard driving in the back of the fucking 27 car wheel hopping.
All right, boys. If he pits, put 4 tires and fuel on it. If he doesn't, just go to the toolbox and get ready to change the motors.
We're going to come down here, see, check the fender, put tires on it. We're going to finish this off as best we can, and none of us are going to give up. Pits will be open this time.
All right, heavy duty. Pull that fender out of the tire. I don't think it's the upper control arm. I think the fender's hitting the tire and pulling the wheel out of your hand.
You're right. I'm wrong. I don't know shit about race cars.
All right, pits are open. There's only 3 lead lappers behind us, so we'll get it the best we can. Come and see you guys here. All right, a chunk coming, first gear, 4,000. Got a bunch coming, 4,000.
All right, guys, bust them off here. 10 cars fitted, bust one off. You're going to come around the 9-car, Kyle, around the 9, 5 away, 4 away, 3 away. One lane, clear all the way, clear all the way.
4,000, nothing else. Alright, your lucky dogs will be coming up on the right here, the 39, 5 back. Alright, here he comes. Alright, it is 1 to go here in 7, be coming to the green. Alright, they waved off to 1 to go. Okay, so they want you to go up ahead behind the 29 here. Got a couple lappers to pass. Yeah, one more here. Alright, you good there? That's back 1 to go here. Alright, we are coming to the green here. P18.
All right, but clean out. Keep your eyes open.
Coming green here with 2 to go. Top 10 stayed out.
Ready? Green, 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 green.
Still there, right side, 29. Still there. Nose to tail here. Still there, 29. Clear here, clear, clear. Right side, 27. Clear, clear. No worries out back there, Dyson, whatever you need.
Go ask him if that means we're even, so I don't have to fucking worry about it anymore.
We don't. Coming to the white here. .78 off wide here in 4A, way wide. Spin, stay right here. Keep coming right, keep coming right. Clear. Coming back to the checkers, just the 39 here. Checker flag there. Checker flag. Watch your blender here.
Way to finish strong there, bud. Got P17 out of that. Respect to the 99. Decent there. Did what we had to do, man.
We are a random thing, guys.
everybody. I'm Adam Alexander. Good to have you with us on NASCAR.com as we give you some bonus post-race coverage from Sonoma, California. This afternoon, it was Clint Bowyer going to victory lane in the Toyota Save Mart 350. We're joined as always by Larry McReynolds. What an exciting afternoon it was. And the bottom line, Larry, Clint Bowyer came to play today. That 15 team was dominant.
Well, he did. He qualified 6th, and Adam, we saw it in practice. He was fast. They had speed in that 15 car, led 71 of 110 laps, and even with Kurt Busch in that 51 car pressuring him, all of a sudden they told Clint Bowyer, race the racetrack. Look out the windshield. We've got you covered out the back window, and that's when he drove away and then had to actually drive away on a green-white checker there at the end.
He led 71 laps. His teammate Martin Truex Jr. led 15, and Brian Vickers came home inside the top 5. Safe to say Michael Waltrip a happy man today as the owner of those 3 cars. Let's look back at the highlights from what unfolded this afternoon here in wine country. It was eventful. At the start, Marcos Ambrose on the pole for the 2nd consecutive week. Joining him on the front row, Jeff Gordon. But here, he locks him up, Larry, and it opens the door for driver 24.
Yeah, Marcos Ambrose, he just seemed like he only had a car that would run on fresh tires. Just a short-run car. He sat on the pole, but just not good for the long run.
Lap 26, here comes Clint Bowyer. Started up front, didn't take him long. He goes by Gordon for the race lead.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon suffered some of the same problems. He had no rear grip, but you see Kurt Busch here in that 51 car, he was like a man on a mission. Qualified 8th. Remember, he was not even here yesterday for practice. He was in Road America for the Nationwide Series race.
And if it hadn't been for a broken part, he may have had a chance to win the thing. And speaking of broken parts, long day for the 42 bunch.
Yeah, they ended up changing out the relay box with the ECU, electronic fuel injection. They had to change it out. Crew did a good job. It still had to miss. He's going to come home way back in the 34th position.
Tough day for him and a big break here for a number of drivers. But Jeff Gordon, out of fuel, has to make a pit stop under green. This was a turning point for the 2014.
He was really lucky, though, Adam, because it ran out of fuel coming down through the S's, and he was able to coast the pit road. But look right here on the green, because he has no tachometer, no pit road speed, he holds up his teammate, Casey Kane, in the 5.
Yeah, and Casey Kane at that point was running inside the top 10. Hard hit here for Tommy Dreese, bringing out our first caution of the day.
Yeah, making his very first Sprint Cup Series start. He actually had a little bit of a crash in practice, but who would ever believe that was our first caution at lap 81?
Here's Clint Bowyer late in the race, getting popped from behind by Kurt Busch. Kurt did a great job of driving him clean, Larry, and Clint did a great job of holding him off.
Yeah, Kurt commented in his post-race comments, something was going on there at the end, but as we always say, they start losing their mind at the end of this race.
Yeah, this brought out the caution. You had Paul Menard, Kyle Busch getting turned around, Montoya nowhere to go. This is what set up the green-white checker finish.
Yeah, it looked like Tony Stewart, who was on a little bit fresher tires in that 14 car, was going to make a run. He finally got by Kurt Busch, but Clint Bowyer just drives away.
There's the celebration. Michael Waltrip getting his 3rd win, the first by a driver not named Rudeman. David Rudeman won at both Charlotte and Chicago, but Clint Bowyer delivers today in his first season driving for MWR. So we look at results from round 16. Bowyer and a great run by Tony Stewart. 3rd straight week, Larry, they finished inside the top 3.
Yeah, and you look at Kurt Busch, this is his first top 5 finish since that win at Dover back in the fall. How about Brian Vickers? 3 starts in 2012, 2 top 5 finishes, and got a pit road speeding penalty as well in the race.
Yeah, and Greg Biffle qualified up front in the championship hunt. He finished inside the top 10. The championship leader, Matt Kenseth, I think he managed his weekend quite well.
Yeah, he's got to be, I think, fairly happy with a top 15 finish. Speaking of top 15, how about Casey Mears in that 13 car gets a 15th place finish? Kevin Harvick was another driver that ran out of fuel around lap 70, went a lap down, and got the free pass. He ends up finishing 16th.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. 23rd, that after he was running in the top 15 before getting turned around on the green-white checker restart. These are the guys that had problems. Among them, we talked about Montoya. He was 34th, and Denny Hamlin, another tough weekend after issues last week at Michigan. Here's the rest of the lineup at the end of today's Toyota Save Mart 350.
Yeah, you would have thought Robbie Gordon would have had a lot better effort than that right there, making it only his 3rd start of the year.
And here's what Miss Sprint Cup had to say, drinking from the Champions Goblet, race Sonoma. You gotta love it. Jeff Gordon finished in the top 10 today, but it was a long afternoon for driver 24. Let's hear from him. Here's Chris Neville.
Well, Jeff Gordon had a top 10 finish last weekend at Michigan, finished 6th here today. Are you happy with the 6th place, or do you think you had the car to win early on?
We're on a roll, man. 2 back-to-back top 10s. Kind of year we had, that's something to really, build on. And so we had another, I keep saying every weekend, another very strong race car and strong run. And, we went a little bit faster on that second run. We made some adjustments to the car that where it fell off in the first run, and we made it better. I think we just used up a little more fuel than we anticipated and came up about a half a lap short, ran it out under green, and it was a long way back around. We got lucky to even make it to pit road and get back out there, stay on the lead lap, and then it was just working our way through there with our Drive Didn't Hunger Chevrolet one at a time. And, we had a car that could really run there at the end.
Jeff Gordon not willing to give up on the season.
Well, nice top 10 for Joey Logano. How key were the tires at the end of that race when you restarted 12th? They want to drive back up in there.
Yeah, it helped us in the beginning, and then the caution after that came out there with 4 to go, and there's only a couple or 3 guys that stayed out behind me, so we knew we were going to be having to be aggressive there to stay up front. And we had a good Home Depot car. I have to apologize, obviously, to the 56 team. I didn't mean to get in the back of him, trying to block the 9 to keep behind me, and wheel hopping down in there. So it was interesting with our brakes today. We had a couple issues with it, but besides that, we did a good job today. We can come home with a top 10. When you come to a road course here, I think that's what you got to shoot for, because it's it's one of those wild card races.
Yeah, I know another one you're probably replaying in your head is the contact with your teammate, Denny Hamlin. What happened there?
Same thing, same exact thing, and that's part that's bumming me out. Is I didn't, obviously for 11 guys and the 56 team was, getting down in there, trying to keep the car behind you, there, just tight racing, and started getting in there, wheel hopping, and at that point you're out of control, and Denny had an upper brake anyways, but still it's tough to see a couple guys you get into, a couple Toyotas, and you don't mean to, but we got to take the positives out of today. I already talked to both of them, and we're going to have to move on.
And Joey keeps the roll going, bounces back from Michigan with a nice top 10 finish.
Yeah, Marty, he does. A great effort for him today, and finishing right in front of Joey Logano, Larry, A.J. Allmendinger inside the top 10. That's a great run for that 22 team.
Yeah, and they were on an interesting pit strategy, Adam. They actually pitted, I think, before lap 20, so they were a lot like Martin Truex Jr. in the 56 car. Instead of going with the 2-stop strategy until all the cautions started happening at the end, they were on that 3-stop strategy. Talk about Joey Logano, though. That's his 3rd top 10 finish, including that win at Pocono in the last 4 races. And Joe Gibbs said it last week during the rain delay before the Michigan race. They have full intentions of keeping Joey Logano at Joe Gibbs Racing for 2013.
And if I remember right, it's the 3rd consecutive top 10 finish for Joey Logano on a road course. He was inside the top 10 on both road courses 1 year ago. Now we look at championship standings with 16 races complete in 2012. Matt Kenseth continues to lead. Greg Biffle, though, jumps in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And what about Tony Stewart on the move right now, Larry?
Yeah, Tony Stewart, 3 consecutive top 5 finishes. Dale Earnhardt Jr. maybe was going to get a top 15 finish, ended up finishing 23rd. The green-white checkered in turn 2 was not kind to him.
Brad Keselowski stays inside the top 10. He finished 12th this afternoon. And now we look at those drivers looking to get into the top 10. Carl Edwards, no wins, 11 out of the top 10. Your 2 wild cards right now, Kyle Busch and Ryan Newman. And we talked about the top 10 run for Joey Logano. He's 12 points behind Newman for that final wild card spot. We really didn't get the drama we thought we might get with some of those guys that are so good on road courses when you talk about the wild card, Larry. Jeff Gordon, Marcos Ambrose, Juan Pablo Montoya not able to take advantage today.
Well, even throw in the mix there Casey Kane, who finished 14th. Remember, he has a win here just a few years ago. A lot of these guys had high hopes coming into Sonoma, but just didn't cash in today.
Martin Truex Jr. had a really good afternoon on track. Led 15 laps after starting up inside the 5th position, but unfortunately got turned around on the final lap. We followed him all day long via our inside tracks.
They either need to make us 10 laps longer or 10 laps shorter, then it doesn't matter. We'll adjust that based on our mileage. We just want to come as early as we can. I just looked as early as I could, and then I split it up into segments so I keep the freshest tires on it I can.
Watch his lap. Just tell him if he's better or whatever than the 18, if he's better, just to reassure him. So you don't try to overdrive it, getting away from him. The 48 gets off turn 11 a lot better.
It looked like we had quite a bit of rebound in the shotgun.
Yeah, I had him squatted down and come right back up. Yeah.
It definitely hit his shoulder.
When he pulled his hand out, it hit my arm.
Yeah. You can see your whole shoulder right here go into him.
Yeah, he just never.
So I said he didn't have a good chance to set his feet back on that one.
It's all good.
Right now, if you had to do this whole thing through and only gaining 7 seconds at a time, you ended up gaining more than that on the 15 because he was ahead of you more. But that puts you right there at 6th place. So, you know what I mean? You'll be fine 3-stopping here.
So how's our strategy working with a 3-stop versus a 2-stop?
We'll probably pit about the same time that the rest of these guys do.
We will.
So we'll make our last stop at the same time that they would. Like they're already saving fuel right now. They're getting ready to stop again. We'll stop closer with them so we don't lose as many spots, and we'll be able to go. It's going to be about 13 gallons, and they really want it packed. So stay in as long as you can with the first one, so that when you come back with the second, that's the one that's packing, Yes.
All right, man, you're sitting P5 right now. Save us as much fuel as you can just for a green-white checker. At 18 in front of you is saying his rear tires are gone already. You should have 6-7 lap pressure tires and all those guys in front of you.
$18 used him up. 18 used him up.
Yeah.
And then the 55 used him up right there.
No doubt some frustration at the end of the day for the 56 team. But, Larry, if there is a place that Inside Tracks was made for, it's right here at Sonoma. The strategy conversations were outstanding all afternoon long.
Well, you could even see when pit crew coach Greg Miller was trying to explain to the crew about they were going to make that final stop the same as all the drivers that were on 2-stop strategy. There was even a little bit of confusion. Jimmy Johnson won this race a couple of years ago because Chad Canals decided to go with a 3-stop strategy. But I think what really threw a kink in this whole plan was the fact that we run 81 laps without a caution. I think to make a 3-stop strategy work, you have to have cautions that kind of keep you caught up, which they really didn't have for 81 laps.
Larry, there's always drama when we come to a road course. We had a little more today, so that made us ask this question at twitter.com/#NASCAR. Should there be a road course race in the Chase? Final results, 74% said yes, 26% said no. And as always, we thank everybody for jumping on board, joining the conversation at twitter.com/#NASCAR. So we've got the road course next weekend at the Kentucky Speedway, and we're going racing on Saturday night.
Yeah, and who would believe that 16 races in 2012 with Clint Boyer winning here today, that is our 12th different winner, and we're not even halfway, Adam, and now we're into the race to the Chase. It's 10 races starting in Kentucky next Saturday night. We only have one race under our belt at Kentucky with the Sprint Cup Series cars, and that race a year ago was won by Kyle Busch of Joe Gibbs Racing.
12 winners in 16 races, and Larry, we should point out there are some big names that are yet to pull into victory lane in 2012. That means the next 10 weeks going to be very exciting as we get set for NASCAR's version of the playoffs. Great work all day long, Larry. I'll see you in the bluegrass for primetime racing on TNT.
You got it, buddy.
All right, thanks to Larry McReynolds and everybody here at NASCAR on TNT. We thank you for being with us. We'll see you next week, Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Kentucky. And once again, we offer our congratulations. Clint Boyer, a winner this afternoon in wine country. I'm Adam Alexander. Enjoy your Sunday, everybody.